Hi everybody, welcome to the Paranormal Connection. I'm your host, Danna Wilberg. Well, tonight we have a prosperity alchemist who mixes science with spirituality to, Can we start over? Welcome to the Paranormal Connection. I'm your host, Danna Wilberg. Tonight we have brought on a prosperity alchemist who mixes science with spirituality to act as a catalyst in your success. She's been on ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox TV, and more. Her name is Brenda Byers, and we're so happy to have her here tonight. Welcome, Brenda.
Thank you, Donna. A pleasure to be here.
Well, I want to know what inspired you to mix spirituality with God and metaphysics and science, putting it all together.
You know, it's my passion for transformation.
Okay.
In myself personally and seeing it in others. And I have just found that we live in the most exciting time in history when I think those two are merging together. And we're understanding the things that used to be relegated to, you know, a spirituality or a church or a corner or something. We're understanding how scientific they are. And when you bring those two together, you get power and you get transformation.
I like that. Because I've always felt that, you know, how can you have one without the other? You know,
exactly.
It all works together.
They do.
Beautifully. So what is your background in your work?
Well, I'm probably one of the more eclectic people on the planet, and it is my love of transformation and seeing people's lives transformed that did that. My undergraduate work, actually, I thought I was heading to medical school, so I did all the coursework to attend medical school, so I had, you know, the 4 or 5 years of all the chemistries and biochemistries, etc. And then I also got degrees in nutrition and exercise physiology, again, transformation on the physical level. Then I worked on my graduate work. I actually was working on MFT, marriage and family counseling, and so I got much more into the psychology side of things. Went on and studied the brain for another 20 years, and so I have really brought all of that together in a way that I'm able to coach people and truly get transformation.
Wow. Well, I know one of the things that impressed me when I heard your presentation was that you combined all these different aspects and really gave a very full picture of how our brain works when we go through these activities. So it was helpful, you know, to me personally. So you were talking about dream boards the night I met you, and I loved the way you explained that. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Well, I like to call it a vision focus wheel. It's my unique take on a vision board or a dream board. And what I do is, rather than just having it be some picture stuck on a board somewhere, you know, a piece of cardboard that ends up in a closet and we never use, I create it as a very interactive tool that can grow with you, that bridges all of the brain science and the spirituality and everything. So it becomes a daily activity, a very interactive, everything from your prayers, your affirmations, to the placement. It's just a very unique combination to get results.
Well, I thought it was pretty amazing, and I liked the way you structured it so that, you know, we're actually thinking how our brain is processing what we're trying to manifest.
Yes.
And I thought that was brilliant. We did bring we have a photograph of your dream
of my
board.
Personal one. Yes, yes.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
I would love to, and we could put that up so that the viewers could see that. It's been a continuous work of combining that brain work and the spirituality. But first I'd like to share a couple stories right on there on how powerful this is, because to me the most exciting thing is how we can manifest our goals, dreams, and desires. That is my coaching program. It's called Manifest Health and Prosperity. And so some fun stories. One of the first things I put up, you mentioned in the intro about ABC and NBC and CBS, one of the first things that went up on there, you'll see on the top right corner up there, you'll see a picture of a television that says action, set, go, something, whatever it says there. And it was really only, I'd say within about 6 weeks of me putting that up there, that I found myself getting a call from Brian Tracy's producer and being on Brian Tracy's television show, and well, here we are right here. So this works. A second fun story right on there is, in fact, I think there's a picture of that with Brian Tracy. Another fun story on there is the jacket that I'm wearing. I purposely wore this jacket because the way that we interact with our boards is so powerful. And I happened to glance at my board. I do it first thing in the morning, okay? Very powerful thing. And I glanced at it, and I saw a woman on the board that I'd put there a while back. And I looked at her, and she just caught my attention that morning. I thought, why did I place her there? And was it because there was an old Rolls Royce next to her, or she looked like she was next to a castle, or was it her body? Why did I do that? And I kind of just prayed into it. And I literally felt in my spirit God giving me a word about that woman. And the word was confidence. And he said, that's your word for 2014. Magnetic confidence, beautiful confidence, loving confidence. So I really had that on my mind. This is the idea of interacting with your board. I left straight from this. This is a true story, and this is only a few weeks ago. And I left straight from there, and I went to a department store because I was on my way to a baby shower, a friend's baby shower. I walked in the department store, I kid you not walking down the aisles, not shopping. Out on the end cap of the aisle, on my way to the baby clothes, was the same jacket that you see at the bottom corner of my dream ward, to remind me, at that bottom right side there, to remind me that how fast we can manifest. That was within hours manifesting. It gets to where even within minutes you can bring this. This is the beauty of the mind, heart, mouth connection that I teach. And so now I have to wear it when I talk about my vision board.
What a great story. And you know, I think we've all had things that, and you wonder, where's that coming from? Is that coincidence? You know, is that a wink from God? You know, what is that? So can you explain a little bit more of how this whole thing works?
I can, and I love the name of your show, The Paranormal Connection, because I really believe the paranormal is supposed to be normal. I believe that the supernatural is supposed to be natural. And it's simply understanding what you said, the spirituality and the science. And so it's understanding the way that we are wired, the mind, heart, mouth connection. And understanding your brain wiring is how I phrase it. And our brain has 4 quadrants. We now know with the advent of the PET scan, and we know that there's one you're born with that has a unique energy advantage. You've flown it naturally. In other words, it requires 1/100th of the energy to do something in that brain lead as in any of the others. Well, that's a very significant thing, both when it comes to manifesting and when it comes to protecting your health. If you're outside of that, you're gonna feel procrastination, you're gonna feel tired, ultimately you're gonna burn out and have some sort of crash. So I love helping people understand their brain wiring. Tie that in with your spiritual wiring, who you are, whose you are, what your purpose on the planet. Bring those 3 together, speak those words, and you have a system that truly manifests and gets results.
I think that's so incredible. I absolutely love that concept. And you know, it's things we don't think of.
Yeah.
You know, we go through our daily life, and yeah, sure, you want things, and if you really, you know, try hard, you can go to work for them or whatever. But having that, being able to manifest things like with the jacket, that's incredible.
And it just gets real fun. At the end of my coaching program, every 90 days, we actually have a party. Bring together all the people that are in there. And I'm batting right now 100%. They all manifested what it was that they desired. For some, it was a man, some it was a home, some it was a business, and they all end up with it. And so it's powerful. It was really born for me, almost 30 years of coaching, and primarily with women in transition. And what I found is they were just running against the wind. You know, working harder and harder with less and less results, less and less satisfaction. And if they could just understand the brain wiring, the spiritual wiring, and then create an action plan around that, the results follow with joy, with satisfaction, with purpose, with passion for who they're made to be, who they are.
So which part would you say comes first? I know when you talked about your dream board, you talked about the heart being in the center. Yeah. So is that important? Is that imperative?
It's absolutely. We now, when you bring the science to it, we understand. We used to think that everything comes from the brain. We now understand what Scripture, ancient Scripture has said all along. Out of the heart flows the issues of life. And so the idea is you take every thought captive. You begin to look at the mindset, the beliefs, the thoughts, and you begin to go, are they true? Because most of the stuff we say to ourselves isn't even true. And is it serving me? And if you agree, yes, that you want to bring life to that thought, now the key is to attach feeling and emotion to that. That's going to send neuropeptides to every cell in your body. It's going to radiate the electromagnetic. Do you know that the heart produces 100 times more electrical current than the brain does, and 5,000 times more magnetic? We literally have, when you talk about the law of attraction, we literally have this wave around us of this electromagnetic energy, as well as communicating with every cell in the body. So when I tie that with the vision board, it's taking that seed thought, putting it in the soil of your heart, and then speaking. That's why I teach how to make affirmations work, speaking into it. And so you're bringing all of that together in a vision board.
That's incredible. Well, the vibration of words and
oh, powerful.
Yeah, thoughts.
Yeah, yes, amazing.
Really
yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So scripture, I thought it was interesting that you bring scripture into it, because it seems a little bit different when you look at it from the science. You bring the science and the metaphysics in with the scripture. You know, it seems like we've separated all those things for so long.
We have, and it's time to bring it back.
Yeah.
You know, and I see that. I mean, Jesus was the first law of attraction that I mean, way before the ones we're watching now with The Secret and all of that. This goes way back. This is ancient wisdom, and it works.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I love it.
And you talked about health. So all that ties in with.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. Here's the key, the interesting thing. The same root that causes dis-ease causes lack, financial lack, causes relationship dysfunctions and breakups and everything. You see, if we can get to the very core of it, the very root. So for example, it's the same. It's fear. It's, you know, lack of loving ourselves. It's the lack, it's the low frequency, it's shame, it's guilt, it's the low frequency vibrations. See, and that's going to affect our health, it's going to affect our finances, it's going to affect our relationship. It's all one and the same.
So, for instance, if someone comes to your workshop and they're not religious, they don't read the Bible, they don't know the scriptures, is that a setback for them?
Oh, no. In fact, it's so fun because I get every range of religion and not religion that comes to my workshops. And even the ones that are coming from a biblical background go, I never saw that. I didn't know it said that. You just make it so plain and so scientific. It's all there. It's all there.
Give us some examples.
Well, one of my favorite is a proverb. There's two really great examples, but one of my favorite is that proverb that I said, which says, it's Proverbs 4:23, that says, above all, in other words, this is key, this is paramount, above all, guard your heart, for out of it flow the issues of life. Well, we just know that's so absolutely true. The issues of our life, the life you're manifesting is coming from the heart. So that would be a classic example. The other thing is understanding what is within us, as within, so without. And Jesus taught that so much. And the way that we can transform not just our own life, but the lives around us and an entire nation. I often think about all the Psalms, and those are the best affirmations coming from King David. You know that King David went on to be one of the greatest kings in Israel. He led the golden era, the longest time of peace. Well, when you read the Psalms, he spent a long time getting peace within. And as he was able to get that peace within, he was able to lead a whole nation to peace. This is the power of understanding this. It brings about global transformation.
That's incredible.
And that's my vision. That's my vision for women all over the world. That's my vision for children. That's my passion of why I do what I do, is to bring both the awareness and the understanding, and I bring the science even on a whole nother level, far more than we can talk about here. We actually have a technology out of Germany. We can test your saliva, and it will show you disease well before, when it's still at the energetic level, which I believe that's the wave of medicine, or if it's gone into inflammation or it's chronic, it can show you, Donna, what emotions you have not properly dealt with, and what organ it's affecting. So I build that into the coaching program as well. So you can tell someone, oh yeah, feel the fear and just deal with it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing. You can raise awareness, you know, how to overcome fear. Perfect love casts out fear. There's another scripture example. Perfect love casts out fear. That's how you get rid of fear. But what if I could, even in your saliva, show you what's going on with the fear, even generationally where it came from, and create a vibrational formula to help you to change the frequency and overcome the fear in your life. So it's from all levels. We're dealing with physical, spiritual, emotional, relationship, because we are spirit, soul, and body. That's who we are, and it's time to get all of that back together again.
Now, does that sort of substantiate the theory of past lives?
Boy, I don't know. I can't speak on that.
Okay.
That's not my expertise. I'll leave that one to you.
Okay, the wheels are turning.
Yeah, yeah.
If you can go that deeply from DNA, there's got to be some connection there.
It's profound, but no, I can't say I can talk intelligently on that one yet.
Well, they're able to tell your ancestors.
I know. It's amazing.
Yeah.
No, it's profound, the technology that is available, and so that's where I love bringing it all together. So when you're asking about what religion they come from, they may come from the religion of science and they love this. They may come straight. You know, I have more of a Judeo-Christian background, but I don't teach it in a religious, in a dogma way. I teach the truths of love and forgiveness and redemption and all the things that transform, the high frequency vibrations that transform our lives.
Super.
And produce results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, talk a little bit about your workshops. What can people expect from your workshops, other than the transformation? But you know, the length. You know, how long does it take? What do they do? You know, how long are they?
I have a lot of half-day ones that are a lot of fun if you just want to get a taste of it. And I do some ones now that are real fun because I've got people all over the country and the world that want to do it. I do them online.
Oh, how
and
neat.
So they're interactive, and I am about results. Okay, my Triple Crown Prosperity Plan is brain wiring, spiritual wiring, action plan to create results. So I have, for example, a Get Into Action Day, where those things you've been procrastinating, or maybe you don't really know how do you truly write affirmations that work? I do a whole video series on why affirmations don't work. It's a play on doing them right. How to write that, how to truly find out what your real desires are. The word desire, D means of, sire, of the Father. Scripture says that God gives us the desires of our heart. See, there's this idea of God being this mean guy up there trying to zap. You know, it's the Greek Zeus, you know, throwing lightning rods at you. We could bring that Greek concept to, you know. But that's not what it says. It says that God delights in our prosperity. And so these half-day workshops, we actually get it done on the spot. We get the desires clarified. We get the goals written. We get the action plan. We even create the vision board. Right there, online, interactive. It's fun. So I'll do that. Then I do full-day events, and my very favorite, passionate thing that I love, love, love is my Manifest Health and Prosperity program, my coaching program, because it brings all of this together over 90-day periods and actually over 1 year period.
Oh,
and
nice.
it ties together the physical, spiritual, and relational. So the first 90 days, what is my heart saying? You'll understand what's going on in your heart physically, emotionally, how to manifest out of your heart, how to overcome the fears. The next one, what are my kidneys saying? Well, the kidneys, not only what we see with dialysis or bladder infections for women and kidney infections, the kidneys are the seat of disappointment and criticism.
Oh.
How many women do you know that that's held them back and held them back and held them back? Breaking that. That's what we do physically, spiritually, relationally, everything on that. The next one, what is my liver saying? Well, the liver is the emotional seat for anger, bitterness, unforgiveness. So you see, we're dealing with these deep root issues. We're raising the awareness. We're bringing the science. And the bottom line, you manifest your goals, dreams, and desires quickly. It really, really works.
It sounds phenomenal.
It's fun. It's a blast.
You know, I've been doing the show for quite some time, and the different people that I've have come on the show have brought elements of what you're talking about, but you seem to have the whole package, which I love. That's super.
I can't believe, you know when you found your calling, when what you're doing is so much fun, you can't believe you get paid and get paid well for doing it, you know, because it's just the transformation, to just see the ahas, to see the faces light up and see breakthroughs. It's very common on the spot. The number one limiting belief that's been holding people will break through right there on the spot in one workshop, in one half day.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Well, I personally have had experience with manifesting something, and there's nothing more exciting.
Yes.
It's just like, yes, that came from me.
Yeah.
You know, and source.
Yeah.
It just,
Yeah.
you know, and being able to do that on a regular basis when, and I imagine you have to really be careful about what you pick and choose, right? Am I right?
Yeah, you know, a real fun example. I kept telling everyone one of the things I needed to manifest, I've been meaning to get an Apple computer. Well, what I meant was a MacBook Air, okay? But I kept saying Apple computer. But I didn't say it out loud to anyone else. It's just part of what I was doing. I need an Apple computer. And I hadn't gotten down and bought one or anything. And I'm telling you, I'd just been saying that for maybe a day or two. And I'm in getting my hair done, and my hairdresser says, "Do you need an Apple computer?" And I says, "Yeah, actually, I'm realizing, you know, it was on my board, one of the things I needed to manifest." And she says, "Great, I've got one that's never been used. Nobody wants it. My father-in-law gave it. It's just sitting there. Let me load it in your car." I'm thinking, load it in my car. Well, when we went to load it, it was an Apple computer with a full, you know, space age stand and the big computers. Like, oh I meant Apple laptop. So yeah, I guess being specific, and that's why I work with people to clarify their desires. Make sure you really know what it is you desire. Because you can't wrap your heart. You know the saying, put your heart into it? You can't if you don't truly know what that is.
Wow. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So you're seeing a transformation in people, and people are starting to want this type of training or developing or transformation. Do you see more of a shift in this year?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I just there's a finally a greater and greater awareness of understanding that it isn't an external locus of control. We're not victims. That it's not, you know, who the administration is or what the economy is. We're more and more taking responsibility and understanding.
Yeah.
That I can change my words, I can change my life, I can change my thoughts, I can change my life, I can change what I'm giving energy and focusing on, I can change my life. That's becoming more commonplace. I mean, between, you know, things like The Secret and all the things that are bringing this to more common awareness has really opened it up.
Great. Well, Brenda, we're running short of time here.
Too much fun.
Can you give everybody your information?
Absolutely. You can reach me at prosperinallthings.com. That is my passion, which, by the way, is a biblical quote. Prosperinallthings.com. And in fact, if you go in there and give your name and email, I will send you 6 free videos, including my Why Affirmations Don't Work videos, which teach you how. You can also, hey, I'd love to talk to you personally. My personal email is Brenda@prosperinallthings. I'd love to get to know you. I'm at Facebook, Prosper in All Things. You can reach me at 439-0484. So would love to get to know you.
Super. And find out about Brenda's workshops as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, let's give a little bit of information about the Paranormal Connection. The Paranormal Connection airs Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. following Ancient Wisdom on Comcast, Channel 17 in Sacramento County. You can also watch us online. Go to accesssacramento.org and click on Watch 17. Encores of each show air Friday at 1:30 p.m. and Saturday at 5:30 a.m. Contact me at paranormalconnectiontv@gmail.com and check for upcoming information on all of our guests at paranormalconnectiontv.blogspot.com. Join us on Facebook. Just search for Paranormal Connection. Become a friend, become a fan. Well, Brenda, we've covered a lot of information, but I'm sure there's so much more. So in the last few minutes of the show, what would you like to impart to people that are watching right now?
You know, I'm like you when you said how much fun it is to manifest, to fully live out, to know who you are, whose you are, your purpose on the planet, and to live that and create your life by design and not by default. That's the greatest joy of being human. So that's what I love seeing people be able to do.
Yeah, and it's not just about things. It's about getting in touch with that inner self that knows what you're here to do and what your true desires are. Is that true?
It is. It is about joy. It is about fullness of life. It is about peace. It is It really is about prospering in every area of your life. That's why I chose the name for my company, Prosper in All Things, because it comes from, beloved, I pray you may prosper in all things and be in health, even as your soul prospers. And the soul in the Bible is mind, will, and emotions.
Great.
So as we do that, we can prosper in every area of our life.
That's super. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your expertise with everybody.
It is my pleasure, Donna. Thank you. You're doing a great job. I love your show, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And thank you to my wonderful crew who comes out here to volunteer. We've got Greg and Lisa, Ted and Laura, and Hilton just joined the group. And without them, you know, we wouldn't have this fabulous information to impart to you. So thank you again, and God bless everybody, and good night.